Okay, so we were really very excited, and we went on and on and on about this spectacular heavenly body. And, you know, I said, Alex, let's just go over to Circuit City and see if we can get any closer to it. Yeah, like, if it's out in the heavens, we're going to get really closer to it. But anyway, we went over to Circuit City, and there was one of those gigantic searchlights, but it wasn't going around and around. It was trained on that big white orb, and which was anchored down to the ground. So I said, oh, they're doing some work on some movie. So we walked down the little path and got behind ILM, and it was all roped off and with big tarps hanging from a scaffold, so if people did come over, they wouldn't be able to see what was going on. And there were a million people running around with clipboards and stuff. So we stopped a lady and said, are you guys making a movie? Because sometimes they really bother the neighbors. They really do. They said, yeah. And we said, we were really disappointed, because my son was in theater all through his childhood up through high school. And this was like boring, making movies, and it was boring, because I don't know, it really was. The idea of getting a heavenly body like that big thing was way more exciting, let me tell you. Anyway, the third George Lucas story is, my son used to work at a bookstore here in my town, and Lucas was a regular customer. But my son really didn't like to wait on him because George didn't talk to him. And the thing when you're at a cash register is you talk to your customer, but Mr. Lucas wouldn't talk to him. So Alex stomped in one night and he says, I really hate George Lucas. And I'm like, all right, Alex, that's fine. So when they were filming Milk, they had filmed all night the night before, and they had invited the general public to come and be in a crowd scene. And so this is how I knew that they had been filming all night. So Alex was working, and these two haggard-looking men, and Alex recognized Lucas, but he didn't recognize Lucas's friend. So they went shopping and came to the counter and just happened to land at Alex's cash register. So Alex waited on Lucas, and, fine, la-di-da. And then he waited on Lucas's friend. And he thought it was just this old, worn-out guy. And so he was trying to sell the store card, And this guy kept saying, well, what's it about? What do you get? And, all this kind of stuff. And he finally decided he didn't need it, and he left. And Alex's a friend or something who was working next to him gave him a big punch on the shoulder, and he said, do you know who that was? And Alex said, no. And he said, that was Sean Penn. He said, I thought that was just a little old man, Well, Sean is looking older these days, and he was worn out from filming all night. So, and the last story, I'm sorry I'm boring you with this shit. The last story is Lucas was shopping, and he was done, and the manager of the store had forgotten to turn on the security gates. So, poor Mr. Lucas. He walked through there, and all the bells and buzzers went off, and he's a very private man, and he doesn't like attention drawn to himself. So, anyway, we think that's a funny story. So, Hope everybody has a good day and I didn't bore your ears off. Bye.